In a land called Ephraim, a man named Elkanah lived with his wife Hannah. Hannah was sad because she really wanted children, but she didn't have any. Every year, Elkanah went to the tabernacle to make sacrifices to God and to worship him. Hannah went with him. She prayed, "Lord, if you give me a son, I will dedicate him to you. He will serve you all of his life." A priest named Eli sat nearby and watched Hannah pray. He couldn't hear her, but he saw her lips moving. Eli thought something was wrong with Hannah. "I've been pouring out my heart before the Lord," she explained. So Eli replied, "Go in peace. May God answer your prayers." Hannah and Elkanah returned home, and God answered her prayers. After some time, Hannah gave birth to a son. She named the baby Samuel. When Samuel was a little older, Hannah took him to Eli at the tabernacle. "God answered my prayers," she said. Hannah pledged Samuel to serve God, and she worshiped God. Then Hannah went back home and left Samuel with Eli to serve God. Every year, Hannah returned with a new robe for Samuel. God gave Hannah many more children, too. One night, Eli was in his bed and Samuel was lying in the tabernacle when Samuel heard someone call his name. "Here I am," Samuel replied. He ran to Eli. "Here I am, you called me." But it wasn't Eli. He told Samuel to go back to bed. God called Samuel 3 times, and each time Samuel ran to Eli. "Here I am," he said. Eli finally understood that God was calling to Samuel. He told Samuel how to respond. So Samuel went back to his place, and God called, "Samuel, Samuel." This time, Samuel spoke up. "Speak, for your servant is listening." God told Samuel that he was going to judge Eli's family for their sin. Eli's sons served as priests in the tabernacle, but they were sinning against God. The next day, Samuel was afraid to tell Eli what God had said, but he shared God's message with Eli. As Samuel grew, God was with him. Everyone in Israel knew that Samuel was God's messenger. God used Samuel to share his plan with the nation of Israel. Hannah trusted God and sent Samuel away from home to serve God with his whole life. God sent Jesus from heaven to earth to be our Savior. Just as Samuel used God's words to tell people about God, Jesus, the Word who became flesh, perfectly shows us what God is like.